when you finished your jail term, so how long it took you to find a job, and also how many rejection you went through?
Okay, so it did not take me long to find a job because I had someone who was willing like a family friend intro, and then I managed to get it. So I think I was very lucky, fortunate to have that. But I think putting that aside, because there's a bit of a special circumstance, right? And in subsequent jobs, when I went to job hunt, once you have a criminal background, there are a lot of things that you cannot do, right? So the entire civil service is out.
Yes.
The entire public service is out. In general, banking is also out, and finance is out.
Wow. Did they bother, or did they say, what did you do? Did they check with you what was the nature of your case that you had done,
Anything that is MAS regulated, you cannot do.
When you apply for the jobs, was there they asked for a declaration of criminal record or something?
You have to tick. So you have to take.
So did they prop further? What did you do that landed?
No, once you take that, you're out already. They won't even.
They don't even want to know, right?
They don't even want to interview.
See, I was telling you.
Right. So, I think a lot of jobs or industries which I would have easily got into, let's say if my name was not in the news or I didn't have a criminal conviction, those doors were closed to me. Right. I also had friends in various industries who tried to get me hired, right? Because so they would put up my name. They would recommend my CV, right? And then the HR department would come back to them, obviously not formally, but they would just tell them we can't hire this person because of this. We can't do much. It's against our policy, right? Obviously not going to tell that to me, right? But they tell it internally. So there were a lot of such rejections.
How do you feel about it?
Obviously, no one feels good about that, right? It's because it's not a reflection. That sentence is not a reflection of your capability or your character or who you are as a person, right?
Well said, man.
That's right.
It's just a part of your life, and everyone makes mistakes, right? It just so happened that mistake was maybe a bit bigger, and then you're in the news, and then you have this criminal record on paper. But that one action or one mistake does not characterize you as a person, right?
Yep.
So just because you're in prison doesn't mean you're an ex-offender for life. You can also be a father. You can also, be a cyclist. You can be anything you want, right?
Yeah.
It's just one small aspect of it, but just because of that, it kind of overshadows all the rest, right? And then people don't even let you have that chance to show what you are capable of, So I think that's a huge issue, and that's I think the biggest issue with stigma, right? It's prejudice, right?
Yes.
And when you have prejudice, you don't even give a chance to people who might be worthy.
Correct.
And I think that's the biggest issue that we face.
True.
now.
True.
What about your family when it happened?
Your wife, kids, in-law, stuff like that.
So back then,
especially I think your parents will be heartbroken, right? Because they
How about because of the bond you had to pay or what?
I mean,
maybe both lah.
Sorry.
Okay, my dad is rich, so he.
Habis.
You need a godfather lah.
No lah.
Can I need a godfather?
But that's his money, not my money.
True.
So, I think the immediate reaction, because obviously, I had obviously you have to preempt them, right? That this is likely gonna happen.
Yeah.
So I mean, in a way, they were not surprised. So they had a lot of time and lead to kind of
Channel the fund, something like that.
to preempt the reaction. But I guess they also didn't expect it to be blown up in the media.
Yeah.
So I think that was very stressful for them.
Yeah.
Asian parents lah.
Yeah.
Everything is about
Asian
face,
culture,
right?
yeah.
About
Tio.
face. Then I'm the first son lah. And then your first son who's like high flyer all the way. Then now suddenly got this nonsense.
Yeah, that's right.
Then lose face lah. So it wasn't great lah.
At least not voyeurism and stuff like that. It's okay.
Okay lah, you don't say it.
Sorry,
you put it that way.
Okay, you put it that way, yeah lah. At least I didn't
yeah.
stab someone lah. Okay.
Yeah, just a trick of a document landed you. So what happened to the birds after that? Did they allow you to keep the birds or?
Okay, now this is going to sound very stupid when I say this. So I brought them back to Singapore. And my friends have given me tons of shit about this.
Oh, what kind of friend are they, man?
All your good friends, right?
All
All your good friends
friends,
give you shit about all the nonsense, right? So I brought them back and then I had them for about a year.
Okay,
And then my birds were quite tame lah.
alright.
So you can take them out of the cage and play them and they will fly to you and all that. So one night I took them out, then I don't know, some guy drove along the street with his Lamborghini or some shit. And boom, 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 then suddenly my birds got spooked off.
Aiyo.
Then fly out the window.
And they never come back.
And then come back.
So then, was it worth it?
I mean, it's what it is.
It is what it is.
I cannot go back and change the tire, the what I've done. Right?
They pang-say you know.
Pang-say you know.
So my friends gave me a lot of shit lah. They said, "Walao you."
Example?
You sacrifice.
You sacrifice, then your birds pang-say you, then you not worth lah.
Well, okay, yeah.
But it sounds kind of stupid now when you think about it.
Yeah, of course, you can laugh over it now.
Yeah.
I can imagine the stress that you were going through that period of trial, you know, have to appear in court and stuff like that when the media came in, and then when the day when you were sentenced, you were shot. Did your lawyer preempt you?
Yeah. I mean, of course, they preempted me because before you go to trial, they will have a pre-trial conference. And then they would also try to get a plea deal with AGC, right?
Can't even get a fine, right?
Yeah, so AGC didn't even want to negotiate.
Wow.
They were they didn't even want to back down at all. And because they had a watertight case, right?
Yeah lah. Of course, you got all the facts, all the.
Because when I first went into the police station, I was being the very good boy that I was back then. I gave them everything, right? Because I thought if you're cooperative and you express remorse, then they will just let you off, right? So they had a watertight case, so obviously they had no need to do a plea deal, right? So I kind of knew it was going to happen. It's just a matter of how long. Yeah.
Now there's about almost 10 years since the incarceration and the conviction, right? Have you, because you mentioned something about your family, losing faith and all that they had to go through. Do you still carry that shame, or are you able to, accept what has happened, as a learning journey and part of it?
For a long time, I did carry that shame, right? It's something that still lingers in the back of my head once in a while, right? I think especially, I was talking about stigma and how also employment, right? So whenever you get rejected from a position that you think would have been a great fit for and you don't even get a reason, then you think, is it because of this stigma, right? And I actually had one employer, right, who hired me, and it was a great fit, right, in terms of role, in terms of my expertise, in terms of my capability. My bosses loved me. They didn't have any background checks when they hired me. And this is a pretty big MNC, and I shall not name names. So typically you have a probation period, right? So at the end of the probation period, halfway through they found out because I think some people flagged it out. Maybe they were during lunchtime Google my name
Yeah.
So they flagged it out to HR. And then I was very open with them, I told them that this is what happened, it's all in the news, I didn't try to hide it. If you asked me about it, I would have told you.
And the bird flew away.
Yeah. But if you never asked me, if you didn't ask me, then I wouldn't tell you also, right?
Yeah.
Who would go and tell you
hey, you know what? Cannot be right.
Cannot be right. So
but to them it's a big hoo-ha.
So that is a big hoo-ha. So I think it was. So they decided not to confirm me Even though my work performance was great, my bosses liked me, I was doing well. I was getting along with my colleagues.
It's only that 1%. It was that 1% only.
It's because of that, right? So HR just called me one day and said, "Oh, we're not confirming you." And my bosses were caught blindsided,
Oh man.
They had no say in the matter. And that was actually not very long ago. It was just a few years ago.
That is second employer since the first one you came
I
out?
will not say which employer.
Okay.
Because it is quite sensitive.
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
It is.
easy to find out. Right? Go
But
link
we
in.
appreciate.
I will not say which employer.
But we appreciate for your, you
Yeah.
know, your
Yeah,
sharing and
Right.
your genuine.
But obviously, they
answers.
will not tell you that, they were not confirming you because of this, right? They'll
Blah,
just
blah,
say, Singapore, according to your employment contract, we cannot confirm you for any reason. And they refuse to say a reason, right? Because if they did, then it's discriminatory, right?
Even when you ask
Yeah.
lah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was just like a sucker punch.
Yeah, sucker punch, right? And like you leave a job to get to the job, you're doing well, you're happy there.
And you build something.
And you build
out of it.
something and you show that you're capable, right? It's not that you're already in and you're showing that you're capable, you're doing well, but because of this,
1%.
and they know your performance, right? Because they would have talked to my
Check with
bosses
the
and
bosses
everything,
and
right?
stuff like that.
But because of this thing,
1%.
they decide not to continue to employ me, right?
Very sad.
And that is not immediately, that is like more than 5 years after I got out.
Oh.
So I did not have a record by then.
It's a double sucker punch, man.
Yeah, so I was very disheartened back then, lah.
Understand.
So
So I had this worry, would this continue
Carry
to
on.
haunt and plague me forever, right? Like even if I do my best, I show that I'm capable,
Everything.
everything,
Give your
but
best foot
because of that
forward.
little small aspect, I still get
1%.
discriminated
That
against.
1%, I tell you. I mean, when you reflect back
Yeah.
on this issue, I believe you do have some guilt trip, some self-condemnation. Why did I do that? Stuff like that.
Yeah, of course. But more than that, I was also very angry. Lah.
angry,
Yeah,
of course,
correct,
unjust lah.
There's always
Right?
anger involved.
Because, I mean, by right, you serve your time, you're supposed to have done your time and that's it.
Let's
But-
settle it.
So during that
Yeah.
phase, that situation,
Yeah.
right, what self-taught, talk or thought as well, or elements or factors
Yeah.
that help you to pick yourself
How
up
you
again
rebuild
to
your life.
move on again.
Yeah.
I mean, at the time, I already had my first kid now.
Okay.
So you can't keep self-doubting and wallowing. And I think having a strong support network or like a purpose, right, is very powerful. You just continue and then you do your job search, and then obviously not everyone will discriminate against you.
Yeah.
Not everyone is bad. There's a stigma, but that's from maybe a majority. I'm not sure. But there's also good people. There's people who are willing to take a chance on you, right?
Yes.
And my current employers, I cannot name names, you can go to my LinkedIn, have been great about that, right? So when they employed me also, they didn't have a background check, right? I didn't have the form to tick that, so I didn't tick lah. So they didn't know, but they found out halfway, somehow or other. But I think the way they handled it was great, right?
Because they love birds. Sorry.
Maybe. So they called me into the meeting room one day, right? My CEO, my COO. They called me in, and my direct bosses, they called me in. And I thought, wow, shit.
Wow, 多重啊.
Again, maybe you say again.
I'm gonna die already. But it was really unexpected because they said, we know about this, but we want to assure you that, that this is not going to affect your employment and your career here. You don't need to worry about this.
Well done, man.
We know about it, but don't worry about it, right? So that was really great. That was really great, right?
Big truth finally.
So you experienced the contrast.
Yeah, I experienced the contrast.
One like
Yeah.
discrimination,
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
giving second chance.
Yes.
Right? And seeing the potential and the value. Whoever the employer is,
Well
good on
done.
you. I hope more employers would really look past the offense, and look into the potential, the
Correct.
capability, the
So-
merits. Yeah.
So that's something that I'm very lucky to have lah.
Yeah.
But I think the thing is that is a lot of that is about luck, right? And I'm also lucky because that mistake aside, that record aside, I still have a pretty strong background in terms of education and career, right? But a lot of people in prison don't have that, right? And
Correct.
if I, with that kind of background, face these kind of challenges, I can't imagine what kind of challenges other people face. It's going to be a lot more, right?
True.
Right? That stigma is going to be so much more heavier. So it's something that I count myself lucky, but I also think that it's something that we really need to work on as a society.
How did you got to know about Break the Cycle? Because you were already cyclist before that, right?
So maybe we go back a bit about cycling lah. So I started cycling actually back in the army, and how I started was very random. I had a friend from army who wanted to buy a mountain bike one day. So he called me along and obviously your friend called you along and you follow lah. Then at the store he was taking a while to choose his bicycles. I was very bored. So I saw a road bike. I asked the uncle, I try, I'm very bored. Once I got on the road bike, I was like, whoa!
Oh.
And I bought the bike there then.
Oh, okay. Without knowing the geometry,
I don't know anything.
Aerodynamic,
I don't know
nothing at all.
anything. I asked uncle, hey, this size correct? He said, yeah. Yeah.
Uncle
I think
correct.
agak-agak lah. Yeah.
What was the first brand that you bought for a road bike? Can you remember?
Yes, it was a GT.
GT.
Back in 2007.
Okay.
So it was a GT full aluminium road bike with 8-speed Sora.
Nice.
It was $900. It was a lot of money because I was in NS that time.
Yes.
So with the sense of freedom or...
There's a sense of speed, the sense of freedom.
Control.
Yeah, it's hard to describe when you first... Because when you ride a normal bike, right?
Yeah.
Then you think about it, clunky, slow. You ride on a road bike for the first time, it's wow.
Yeah.
So from there I got hooked lah. So I started cycling in Singapore through army. When I went to Japan, I joined the university cycling racing team.
Okay.
So I did road racing, I did track racing. Then when I came back to Singapore, I actually stopped cycling for 8 years.
Oh.
Partly because of work. When I joined MFA, I was very busy.
married?
No, married is one thing. Married is not an excuse lah. I'm just not lazy. I think it was after the bird incident, it was pretty early on in my career, right?
Okay.
It was only 2 years into my career, and then I essentially had to restart from zero. So I had to spend I think a lot of my focus was on trying to get back on track, right? So fitness and cycling and all that took kind of a backseat. So what brought me back to cycling, it was when I had my second kid. It was actually after COVID, right? A lot of people start cycling COVID. So then I went for my annual health checkup lah. Think nothing wrong lah. 8 years never cycle, never exercise, okay lah. Come back, wow, all the cholesterol super high, all your blood pressure super high. Then I was like, shit, I can't let this continue, right? Because before I had kids, if I die, okay lah, my wife can still survive, right? she won't die lah. But if I have kids now, if I die, then it's going to be a big issue lah. So I decided to get back to cycling. So I started cycling alone, going very slowly. My first ride, I remember the average speed was like 18 or 20 km per hour lah. I felt I was dying. I was like, oh, this is a far cry from my racing days, right?
Yeah, boy.
where I could do like 200 km races. I slowly built up. Then when I got to like 24 km per hour average speed, I was like, okay, maybe I try join some group rides. So back then I was out of the cycling scene for so long. All my friends who were cycling back then when I was in army had kind of stopped cycling, right? So I didn't know any groups. So I shall not name names, but there's one group who used to cycle at Seletar Airport on Tuesday and Thursday nights. I think they had a public Facebook group back then. So I just decided to pop up lah. In their slowest spec advertised speed. The slowest spec advertised speed maybe +5 in real life lah. So after one round I just got dropped and it just so happened that there was someone else who also was there for the first time. He was also trying to get back into cycling. And his name is Yvonne. I think he's cycled with Break the Cycle a number of times. So we got to talking because we both got dropped, right? And then we were just cycling together. Then we realized, hey, we're both new to cycling, that we're trying to get back into it, and then we're trying to find groups lah. So he was telling me, oh, actually I heard about this group called Break the Cycle. And that's how I got to know about it. That's when I started to join the rides lah. At first I was really thinking just to find a group to ride with, right? Just to get back into shape. But I think why I like Break the Cycle is because there's an added element to that, right? A message that really resonates with my past and what you're trying to do to reintegrate ex-offenders into society.
And you joined race team also, right?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
back
yeah.
then I had a bit more time lah. So when he first asked me, I thought about it a lot, right? Because if you join a race team,
Commitment, training.
commitment is one thing, but up to then I had never really tried to. In fact, I have been trying to actively hide the past when you're talking about
Yeah.
that shame, right? So if you join the race team, obviously it's going to get exposed, right? So back then in my mind, I was thinking, you know, I had a lot of doubts, you know, should I do this? I mean, fitness aside, fitness can always be trained. But if I was to go ahead with this, would I be comfortable with, you know, bringing my past up to people I don't know, to strangers, to even people who know me in the cycling group or in my other cycling groups? Then this would be something that I would suddenly know about lah. And would that change their perception of me? And that was something I thought about a lot, especially because of that employer which I mentioned, which was not that far off from that time.
Okay. So you got that bad aftertaste still lingering lah.
So I thought about it a lot, but then I said to myself, you know, if such bad things can happen to me, right, even after so long, then I should do something about it lah, right? It's not just about me, right? It's about the bigger picture, right? So that's when I decided to join the race team lah.
I didn't know about how you were feeling about what you are feeling back then, you know, seriously. Because all the while I knew, I think probably you told me before briefly before that. But I always had the impression that you had no challenges because you are a different type of ex-offender. You're educated. You should be more confident. Your life should be okay.
Yeah.
But now hearing, right, so it shows that it doesn't matter what
Whether-
offense, your background, as long as you know the stigma is hits the same,
Yeah.
It's the same.
regardless of background,
Yeah.
right, of who you are. So thanks for saying that. And I think like what you're sharing, what we hope, you know, break the cycle, the community is not just for cycling. It's more than that. It's to provide a place of healing also, where you can embrace yourself, be
Acceptance.
authentic.
Yeah.
You know,
Acceptance.
So I'm glad you took the opportunity. You step up, you know,
Yep.
and use it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank good on
So,
you. man.
so it was
Yeah.
it was good because it kind of also helped me to like come to terms with it, right? Like
Closure.
yeah, in a way,
yeah.
So, you know, like you don't hide behind it, or you don't try to hide it. You know, it's a part of who you are today, right?
Yeah.
That experience, good or bad, whatever it is part of who you are and what you're doing today, right? So, okay, I think the biggest hurdle was, like you mentioned earlier, this sense of shame, right? And it's also because of the stigma, right? That how people see you. So, if you get discriminated against, not just at work, then you think, you know, will this extend to your personal life? I mean, friends is one thing, but acquaintances, right?
Like your family members.
Yeah, family
wife,
members,
kids,
your cycling
cousins.
groups also, right? So that was something that I struggled with, lah. You know, it's not something that, and I think if you ask any normal person, do you want to go around parading your past that you're
Your
an
dirty
ex-offender?
demons.
No one will say
Yeah,
they want to
boy.
do it happily, right?
Yeah.
If people apply for a job and they don't have that box that says, "Oh, have you been ever convicted before?" then you're also happy, what? No one will go willingly go and tick yes, what, right?
Correct.
So I think that was for me mentally the biggest hurdle, lah. But you know,
You overcame.
it's something that I felt that was worth worth doing, lah. Despite my personal reservations. So yeah.
So if you are an ex-offender watching, you are cycling or not cycling, we encourage you, we invite you to join Break the Cycle. Really, here we accept you, we welcome you, we celebrate your success and also your failures.
We embrace you.
Yeah, come along, just like what all of us here experience. Yeah.
So, coming to the other point, maybe we would like to know, where did you meet your wife? Because we understand that your wife is not a local,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Okay.
She's Japanese.
Ah, I see.
So she's been with me ever since my last year in university. So she actually was with me throughout the entire ordeal. Yeah. So
Well done, man.
how did it affect her?
at first I think she didn't really think it was that
Serious.
Because in Japan, if you do this, not important. But I think she only realized by the time we are RM, so she cannot escape.
That was a smart move, right?
So that was a year after, like almost a year after we are RM, but then she kind of realized the gravity of the situation then. And then obviously, it was a very stressful period for her as well, because she had moved from Japan to Singapore to be with me. So I'll be very frank, like it was quite rough for the first 1 or 2 years after I came out, not just in terms of professionally, but also personally in my relationship with her. Obviously, it took some time to come to terms, and I think a lot of it is also personally my own issues, right? Like the stigma, the shame,
The guilt trip.
and it kind of translates into your own personal emotional state and behaviors, right? And that
Took a toll.
took a toll, like on my relationships as well, right? So but I think I'm pretty happy that we managed to get through that, and then now we have 3 kids.
What about your in-laws? Were they aware?
Yes, my in-laws were aware also, but they were quite supportive.
Culturally,
More demure.
No, I don't agree with
More
that.
husband oriented.
No, I don't agree.
Come
with
back
that.
already, have a hard day.
You watch what kind of show?
I don't know.
Who give you the kind of image?
I don't know.
Huh?
Yeah.
You watch
I
what
don't
show?
know. Just Japanese women, right? They have always this very demure side of them. When the husband comes back from work, they'll fetch their slipper, carry
You watch
their.
what show give you?
I can't remember what show was it. Yeah.
Huh? Is it the start with the P, then the inside got
Hey.
the B one? You watch that kind of Japanese show there,
But
right?
that's what the culture shout out to me when
Yeah.
when think of Japanese, especially their women. their
No
women.
I would say, people everywhere are still people, right?
Like what I say, all the same.
There are obviously cultural differences and language differences, but in general, I would say Japanese girls are not as demure as you think.
Okay, sure.
A lot of it is because in Japan you have a lot of what they call tatemae, which is the surface, and honne, which is the real inside you, right? So people always show the tatemae, which is what you see on TV on the drama
Keep the appearance.
on your Japanese show that you watch
Series.
But people are people, right? When you have a personal relationship, then
They show
It's different.
it's different, right? You just show the real stuff. So I would say that's just a stereotype, but it's not really accurate. Yeah.
That's stereotyping.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you should throw the question on Andrew. You got more local girlfriends or Japanese girlfriend? You should throw the question to him.
Obviously, you know which one already.
I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, don't worry. This is just a teaser. Just a teaser. These are not important.
No, you answer that answer.
You can answer this question also.
So far, I only got local. I only got
You answer
local.
first, I answer.
So what was my question? More local or foreigner? Of course, local for me.
The him?
I support local. Not sure. He went to Vietnam for quite a while.
The purpose of cycling, you mentioned earlier, is about your kids and all. So, do you have anything like, let's say, from 10 years from now, you would like to say to your kids?
I'll tell them. No matter how much you feel, I don't think you'll feel as much as me.
Okay.
Right. So, in life, there's always going to be up and downs, right? So you just have to take the good with the bad, lah. Sometimes there's a lot more bad than good, lah. But there'll always be the good somewhere, lah. So you have to find that, lah. Right. So.
And now if you look back, from what has happened now, because a lot of things we learn from hindsight,
Yeah.
right? When you go through it, it's like,
Yeah.
what the hell, man? Why am I going through this? This is so unjust and all that.
Yeah.
But now I see, I think I believe that you are in a better place, right? Living more without regrets and all that, right?
Yeah.
So you look back, what do you think that situation was meant for you? What lessons that were there to shape who you are today now?
I think it humbled me a lot. And I think that's a common theme, right? If you've been in a top environment where you go to the best schools, surrounded by the best people, and Singapore, like, you tell you, oh, you made it for life. You think that you're set for life, like you're the best, lah, right? But obviously you're not, lah, right? I mean, you get there through a lot of it's also luck, right? You happen to be born with maybe slightly better genes, or you are in a family that is more supportive or has places for education. What if you had good genes, but then you are born into a family that is poor, or so, I think that kind of humbled me. It's not all my own effort or my own capability or what, and a lot of where I am right now is because of people willing to give me that chance, lah. Right? So it's taught me about that, and to be a bit more grateful, to be a bit more humble, and also resilience, lah. I think that's very important, resilience and adaptability, lah. Yeah.
Well, I must say and commend you for sticking your head up, your chin up, throughout the ups and downs.
Well, it wasn't easy, lah. There were a lot of times, that I don't really want to talk about it, but there were times where I contemplated, of ending my life. There were definitely those really, really, really dark moments, right? Especially in the aftermath of it. Yeah, it's not something that you really want to talk about, but it's always gonna be there, right? At that point in time, you were at that low. So
why not make a good laugh out of it?
Yeah, lah. It is what it is, lah. So
Yeah, glad you didn't cave in.
Yeah.
Right. And your wife, an important pillar there. You didn't give up on her and the family. I think that's the strong purpose that you had, to live for them, for her, for them now, your kids. And I think that what helps us ex-offenders to rebuild our lives, that we find a sense strong of purpose to keep living on, especially for others, being selfless. I think if just for ourselves, I think we just give up lah, can't be bothered.
I think that's important.
Any last question, Andrew, before we round this episode up?
Okay, yes, I have a last question.
Yes.
So you're going Tokyo for how long?
2 years.
2 years?
Yeah.
So this time when you come back, will you bring back any birds?
No lah. But I'm bringing my cats and dogs though.
Okay, it should be easier.
That one easier. Not so complicated.
Exporting is always easy.
That one
Right?
not so complicated. So okay lah.
Okay,
Yeah, okay.
So but you bring back this time,
Cannot.
follow law.
My wife banned me already. I cannot buy birds anymore. Every time I say, "Wow, that bird very cute," she look at me with this.
Yeah, the bird pang say you forget.
She look at me. then I cannot do anything.
You buy if you let go, let it fly.
So that one cannot play. Non-negotiable. Yeah.
So this 2 years we were there.
Yes.
What are your plans? What is the expectations over there?
Work lor.
I mean, as in, is it just strictly 2 years, or will there be?
No, it's 2 years. So like I said, the company, when they first found out about it, they were great about it, right? So I actually asked them for this opportunity, right, to go to Japan. I mean, partly because my wife is Japanese, my kids are also half Japanese.
Yeah.
So it would be a good experience for my kids especially. But also because I've never really worked in Japan, so I thought it would be interesting. It will be something, you know, being in Japan as a student where you have no money, and being in Japan where as a adult with money is going to be a different experience.
Manies, remember the niece.
But I think also importantly is also a good career step.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's why
That's why I am very heartened to hear your employer giving you this opportunity. You know, and very happy also for your family to have this experience together.
Thank you.
I think to closer together as a family unit.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, and we're gonna miss you for sure.
I'll be back, and
Yeah.
of course you can always message me in Tokyo. I'll bring you to eat good sushi.
Oh, you hear that, BTC folks? If you visit Japan, visit Tokyo, PM, DM, Jonathan, he will be your private tourist guide if he's available, of course.
Available.
He's father.
If I got time, then maybe I bring you cycling.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
You've got time.
Even better.
Got time.
So continue to stay in touch in the WhatsApp group chat.
Definitely.
You know, you go cycling, nice scenery. Please make her jealous. Post it there.
I'll be back once in a while.
Yeah.
For work or whatever. So yes, hopefully if I have time, I can maybe join a ride in these 2 years or so.
Okay. With that, we'll say thank you for
you so
joining us
much.
on this.
We appreciate.
Thank you so much.
All the best.
Thank
All
you.
the
Thank
best.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for having me.
So if you imagine Jonathan, once an MFA scholar, now as he rebuilt his life, you can see and can feel the drastic changes he has to go through, even for him. So if he can make it, I believe people like us or you who is an ex-offender like us, you can make it too.
You felt inspired, you know, and learned something new, or enjoyed the conversation, please hit like, subscribe, leave a comment, or if you want us to interview someone else also, you have an idea, you like to hear the story, please leave a name in a comment for us to follow up, right? And also for those viewers out there who believes in second chances, right, and wants to support what we are doing on this podcast, because we are all fully voluntarily run, you know, and if you want to help us, in terms of sponsorship, let us know, DM us, reach out to us. We're happy to negotiate and talk and see how we can amplify the message of second chances together.
All right, thanks again for being here with us, Jonathan. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and keep believing in new beginning and new hope. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.